Hello and welcome to our new lecture that is about understanding additional scripting scenarios. So first of all, in this video we will discuss the scenario which is particular about the reading and getting the data from our chart or from table via scripting. So in many scenarios we have to get the values from table and we have to manipulate the values of the table or chart according to our business requirement. So in this video we will some practical scenarios live onto the system. So let's move on. So uh, let's find what is a visualization of a result set. In visualization of any chart or table, we have mainly four sections: document dimension header, column header, and row header, and the other one is data. So first of all, let's discuss the dimension header. The dimension header always contain the name of dimension which we have selected while making our chart or while inserting our table, whereas the column header contains the name of the columns, the name of the measures which we have used in the chart or table. Right. The row header contains the values of dimension. So let's say we have the dimension of country, or we have the dimension of calendar year as shown in this slide. So the values of these dimension will show here in the row header section. The last but not least, the data section. The data section contains the cell values of each measure and dimension. The cell, what is cell? The cell contains the cross combination of measure and dimension at a point which have the particular values about the particular dimension and on particular measure. So let's say we have the Germany and we have the gross order amount in USD as our measure. So the first value 21,727,118 lies into the cell, which is a cross combination of this measure and the dimension country. So uh, we will uh, we will do some practical exercise in this later in this lecture. So the things will be clear more later in this video. So our first slide is about the reading data, the complete result set. So in this example, we will read the complete data set from our table via scripting. So in scripting, we have to use a variable named as example result test, and we have to give the table name. After that we have to use the get data source function, and then it's a function get result set as shown in the slides on your screen. After that we can display our result by using the console.log, and it is very simple as it is showing. So don't worry, we will do some practical example, and you will clear all your queries which are executing in your mind. So let's move on. So our next scenario is reference of a single data cell. So if we want to get the value of particular cell, we have to mention its measure and dimension ID, and after that we have to give the dimension which we have to filter out our cells value. Let's say we have to get the US 2018 data of new order amount. So we have we will use the same thing which we have got the result set previously. We have to mention the table name as here, table 1 dot get data source, and then sub function, that is the get data. So after get data we have to mention our filter criteria, and and then you can print the output of our query the out into the by displaying the console.log, and in the console.log we move the value, we mention that cell dot formatted value we want to display. So as you can see, the result is also displaying here. It's very little. You can see this one. You can see this one, 10,803,914. So as a result of this, by referencing a single cell, we can get the single value of a cell based on our criteria. So let's move on. Our next scenario is reading of a set of selections. In our different business scenarios, we have to apply some calculation on some sort of set of selections. So for this, we just have to eliminate our some sort of filter from our query, and furthermore we have to use the get data selections sub function. So as we compare the first one, that is that is getting a single cell value, we use the dot get data, and for this we use the get data selections because we are getting the particular selected data. That is why we use this function. And please note that both of these functions belong to the get data source parents function. So as you can see, if we use this criteria alias dot measure dimension, this is the id which we use to get the values of the value of a selection particular criteria. And in this query, our criteria is to get only the values of the country US. So don't worry, in your mind the queries is executed that the alias dot mention value, which is very complex, how we can get this value. So this is a very important question, and you will find its answer into particularly in this exclusive video. So don't worry about it. Just have a look, just clear your concept that how we can get the set of selection, how we can get the particular single value from the table or a chart. So you will in this way we will move forward very particularly. So in the bottom of the screen, you can see that the 0 1 2 3 4 and and so on. The 4 years data is showing into the our selection output console.log. This is a console.log output of this query. So as you can see, the particular selection have the four rows, and our query particularly get this data into our console.log based on our query. So let's move on. Reading a cell value from a selection. So first of all, we got the values from our selection. Now if we want to get a particular value from our selection, so we have to apply some sort of selection, some sort of criteria on our selection. So then we get the cell value from a selection. So as you have explored that we got the selections, we have the value in this particular example. We got the values of result set in of the data selection by using the data selection function. We got the values into the variable selection. So if we want to particularly about the about using the values of the selection, we can apply a for loop on this selection, and for this we use the x variable as an index value of this selection array. So all the results which get from the selection move into the array, and same as we handle the arrays into our programming. It's just like that. We use the selection, and x is our index identifier. So we started the for loop. After that, we move the value into the we use the get data selections, and the index value x. By passing the index value x, we use the we get the value of the array into our cell variable. So after that, we are showing the cell formatted value into our console.log. So this is not a very typical, not a complex example. So I use a very basic example for this, so then you can easily understand. So as a result of this query, because we have 4 rows in our main selection, so particularly only the values of cell are displaying here. Here it is. This is the output of the console.log, which we have updated by using the scripting. So this is very important, and this is very interesting for scripting point of view, because whenever we have the data in our local in our local variable or in our system, we can play, or we can alter this value according to our business requirement. So let's move on. In order to apply our these learning into the system, we have come here into our story mode, and we have login into our trial system. So let's create a story by clicking the responsive button. After that, it will redirect to our canvas. Let's close it out, the data section. So this is our very blank first initial page. As you know that we have to drag and drop the widget. We have to create the so let's select the table widget and drop it out here. So it will ask the model. So let's click on the select other model. Here it is. We have the data set which we have already used in our previous videos. Let's click this out. So SAC has selected our importing our data. No. Now it's asking SAP Analytics Cloud, asking for its rows and for its the column. So as we have discussed earlier, that for the rows we have to select the dimension. So I select the customer and date. In date, I want to show the year only. Let's expand the date dimension, and let's go to let's select the year. Here it is. I've selected the two dimension. and now I have to select the measure because both of things are mandatory. So I select at least one option and then go to the measures and then select the revenue. Let's close this out. Here it is. Now our table is being populated with the data, as you can see, and it's showing the revenue by year and customer. So as you can see, the customer number 5, all this value from all the year, and then customer number 6 is skills data is showing here, and so on. So let's create a button here which on which we will apply some scripting. Let's select the button. Here it is. Now rename it and then go to the builder. Where is the button gone? Where is the button gone? Let's close this out and then go to the button and then go to the edit styling. Here it is. Now let's rename it as a show results. Alrighty, and then close it out and then again 3 dot and then go to the on click event function scripting. Here it is. Now we have come here and let's do some scripting for showing the result of that table into our log console.log. So I use the where and then data1 is our variable, and what the data1 will have the value table underscore 1 and then code completion, control spacebar, get data source function, and then again code completion, get result set. We have a lot of if we get result set. So if you analyze, if you particularly get some function by doing this style of working, you can the SAP Analytics Cloud is very helpful for choosing the right function because it's showing its description right in the middle of the screen. Let's say for this function get result set, we have the description that the result set are specified by selection. Optionally, you can specify the offset and the limit which must be 0 or positive numbers. If no offset and limit are specified or as invalid, then a result set including all data is returned. See also the documentation of selection or selection context. So I select the get result set. I hope you understand this point. It's just to describe what is the function get result, and it's also describe some restriction because if you have a large amount of data, so you have to fix some limitation for that result set. So I select the get result set function and then complete our statement. After that, I will use the console.log function, and in this I will print the data1. Here it is. Now let's save our story as a SAC Advanced Scripting Scenario 1. Let's copy and then paste to this description and then click on the save. So now in this way we have saved our story. Let's for viewing the result, for using the output of this scripting, let's go to the view section. No, it's not the view section, it's a view option, I think so. Sorry for wrongly called this option. Oh, here it is. Now we have the result of our table into the screen, and now for showing the console log we have to go to the more option and then go to the developer tool. Here it is. Now our console is showing here by default, and if you are not showing, if you are not viewing the console, you can select it by using this two arrow. In this two arrow all the particular tab are present here. You can select according to your needs. So in our need we have to use the console tab, so I selected the console. So let's click on the show result. So then what the console.log will have. Here it is. Now console.log is showing all the data of result set in this manner, and it shows no error. It means our scripting has no issue.